Alrighty. What the fuck is up, everybody? How we doing today for our 31st episode of Red Pill Smash Bros? John Fitch, legendary UFC fighter, is in the house. Alongside him is myself, Corey Capella. I don't know how to introduce myself. I am just a fucking man of whatever. I'm a man. I'm a fucking man, John Fitch. How do you feel about that title?
A man in 2020.
Just promoting masculinity as the fucking saving grace of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple.
A lot of new definitions for man in 2020.
Yeah. What are you coming across right now?
Oh no, I just, they're always trying to redefine what a man is, and they've defined him more and more effeminate over the years.
Oh, dude, I am all on it because I don't spend a lot of time on Instagram, but in order to market and stuff like that, you really got to get your Instagram up there.
Yep.
And is it Instagram? Yeah, it's on Instagram. I hashtag masculinity quite a bit when it comes to my stuff.
Yep.
So the masculinity hashtag pops up in my feed quite a bit. And you would be surprised at like the level of
conditioning.
It's so bad, dude. It is so bad. It's like one of my biggest things that I cannot stand is this. And this is a guy that's come through, like I went through a pretty quote unquote spiritual phase. And I'd say that I've emerged to who I am today. And I'd consider myself still to be very, very spiritual. But I didn't buy into the marketed version of spirituality that most people are buying into today. So why am I bringing this up? Well, if you peruse through the hashtag masculinity when it comes to this stuff, there are so many guys right now that are doing these like retreats,
and
they're doing it with like, it's all guys that have like the side shaved heads and they got the fucking man buns, and they're wearing like these fucking, like they went and shopped at Anthropology for too long. Right there, and they're talking about crying and creating a circle in space where men let out their anguish and their emotions and their feelings and all this.
And
it's stuff.
It's all this feminized. It's
they all eat vegan. Feminized. They're all vegan, and they're
masculinity. It's masculinity through the lens of the feminine. It's the feminine perspective of masculinity.
100%. And I push back on all these guys too, and they're like, "Whatever, bro." Like, you've never shared container with us, so you don't really. It's like, dude, I've been in that circle. I know what the fuck you guys are talking about. I know how you're behaving, and I know that what this really comes down to is you are trying to recruit other men into a version of masculinity that is being controlled by what feminism, or the feminine, describes and defines as being masculine in today's world, and you're thinking that you're progressive because of it. This also goes back to as well.
You have no feminine side, guys. You have no feminine side. Period.
I agree. I was there for a while because I thought,
right. If you have a feminine side, you needed to get your T levels checked immediately.
Correct. I agree. It's like let the feminine be the feminine, let the masculine be the masculine.
Yeah.
You don't have to. And here's the other thing is it all comes down to sexual strategy as well. These guys think deep down at their base level instincts, they think this is what's going to promote them to be the new alpha males in society by being these beta feminized versions of men. Hey girls, look at how in touch we are with our emotions, and look at how we're integrating everything that you told us to do. Do you want to sleep with us now?
It's the friend approach.
It's terrible.
The friend approach.
Terrible.
Be friends for
this leads me to my next point. Seeing a man, there's only very few times where I think that seeing a man cry is respectable. And even then, it still offers some level of showing weakness, I believe.
I could agree with that. I think there's a time and a place to cry.
I don't think it should be public, though. I don't think it should be public. I don't think it should be video recorded. I don't think it should be fucking photographed or any of that stuff. Like, if you got to cry, like, that shit better be somewhere far away from fucking cameras and video footage and so forth. And it should be around some people that like you really, truly, deeply trust. But even then, I mean, just like what you talk about, you know, the higher testosterone levels, the harder it is to cry.
It's
the
truth.
It's the truth.
There's direct correlations with higher testosterone and not being able to cry as much. The testosterone is like a tear suppressor. You got high T levels, you're probably not getting all misty eyed about, you know, something.
About the dang koalas in fucking Australia.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, listen, if you're a species that can't outrun a forest fire, I don't know if you're meant to survive.
I mean, I'm not like happy that koalas are burning, but like I realize that there's nothing I can do about it right now. Like I can hope my thing too, man. Or whatever. But like I have shit I gotta do. I got kids I gotta take care of. You know, I got bills to pay. I got health to maintain. You know, I got stuff to do. I've got to survive. I can't.
Right.
I can't.
I'm higher in the food chain, bitch. Like I don't worry about that type of stuff. My whole thing is this though. I mean,
you can't really control it. So what are you gonna do about it? You can only really focus your energy into what you can control.
I look at it from, again, an evolutionary perspective. That's every step of the way. I take a look at it from that perspective. Sure, our koala bear is super cute. Was it terrible to see these koalas that had like burnt hair all over them and they looked frail, like they couldn't do anything? Absolutely. But how many species have gone fucking extinct since the time frame and the dawn of life existing on this planet? Billions?
Everything dies.
Billions? Exactly. We all evolve. Everything evolves. Either you fucking meet the end of the road and your genetics don't continue, or it evolves in some way, shape, or form. Plain and simple. That's the name of the game. All these people that are so fucking bleeding hard about the environment, they always paint the picture as though Mother Nature is this beautiful utopia where nothing bad ever happens and that human beings are the ones that have destroyed it and made it the way it made it so terrible. It's like, yo, go watch a fucking shark eat a whale, or sorry, eat a fucking seal.
Go watch, there's some Nature is Metal on Instagram. Follow that account.
Was it you that told me to do that, or was it no? That was
I have a follow a few of them that are similar to that.
Yeah, and MLD turned me over to that one. He's like, dude, you need to go watch Nature is Metal.
It will keep you based, right? When you think it'll keep you based, when you start, you know, when you start feeling over sympathetic about something, or you feel bad about your life in some way, go scroll through that horror show for a little while, and just be like, yeah, okay, that's what life on Earth really is.
It's like when I go hunting and I kill an animal, there's a level of respect, there's a level of tradition that's associated with it, but then there is also a level of sadness. There is this sadness for that life being extinguished, but at the same time, it's also a fucking gift. Why is it a gift? Because that is now nourishment for my own life. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I think these lefties, I think these people that are really tapped into this super feminine, that buy into this belief system that everything is supposed to be this utopia with nothing bad happening. The sad part is deep down, they hate human beings. Seriously, I'm serious. They hate human beings. They wish for the destruction of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
They deep down hate themselves as well. That's why they want the death of humanity to occur. And then I'd even go so far as to say, as most of these people understand the game, right? Because we're living in a game. It is all about who can get to the top, right? Who can get to the eggs, who can get to the pot of gold, who can get to the highest level status or whatever, right? Or who can win the genetic lottery. And it's like a lot of these people are, if you were to really break down characteristics, they're beta. And betas, unless they're being led by a proper alpha who puts them in the right positions, which is the other biggest problem that's going on right now, is we've tried to create this egalitarian society. We are a hierarchical species, plain and simple. And if people aren't in their natural pecking order, they're uncomfortable and they're going to lash out because there's chaos. It's chaos. It's like taking a baker.
That was an argument I've had a number of times, is arguing about the value of things, that things have value, that we place value on things, and we place value on people, like the people in your life, you place a value in. And I've gotten arguments where I was told, well, no, nobody's better than anybody else. I was like, that's not true, because you rank people in your life. Like, why don't you hang out with that person over there? You know, why don't you hang out with that hobo?
I was going to say, yeah, why don't you let that hobo sleep in your house
over here?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
why don't you let them
what
in
do you
your
mean
house?
you don't place value? You don't rank people. You don't put people in a hierarchy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always a goose chase. Move the goalpost, and they can't explain away that.
Well, it's trying to create an ideal society rather than what the reality is.
I think
and that's what's wrong with a lot of these people is
I think the base is blank slate theory. Right. So I think everything's exactly the same, and the outside world is what shaped it.
Well, it's not just that too. It's this. They also believe that everything is a social construct. They don't believe, they don't understand and realize that we have evolved, and we have evolutionary systems that are operating in our subconscious, in our DNA, in our cells, everything, that are programming us at a base level. But they think because we're so conscious.
A raccoon or something ran across my ceiling.
That thing was big, man.
That was big.
That was big. Huh? That wasn't a squirrel. I could tell you that much.
That was fucking, yeah.
But they think, because they buy into this belief system, that everything is a social construct. They think because we're such an evolved species that we've evolved beyond being animalistic, that we've evolved beyond nature. So the fact is, as much as they are in love with being in love with the environment, they don't believe in nature.
Like
they
body, whatever, the body acceptance or whatever. Like every shape is beautiful. Like there's no rank on that anymore. There's everybody's exactly the same.
No, that's not true.
It's not true.
It isn't true.
Now they're going to get there. I mean, they're going to start getting people killed, telling them about body positivity, and they're just going to keep eating and putting on more weight and getting diabetes. You can be positive about your body because you're working hard, you're eating healthy foods, you're on a good meal plan. You did some resistance training in the morning.
You got on some TRT. Not John Fitch, though.
I don't know. Maybe when I'm 50.
Yeah, once you're retired.
Good. Well, if I start slowing down.
You're not slowing down now, though, huh?
Nope. Just sore. It's a lot of miles.
Yeah, you've been lifting a lot lately, though.
Yeah, I've been I've been doing the last 2 weeks. I've been lifting and doing cardio. And then I'm going to do another week of that. I might do a little grappling, but I think I'm going to do another week of that, and then I'm going to go on vacation with the kids, and try to do cardio, and hopefully there'll be a gym at the hotel.
I haven't been able to get into jiu-jitsu the last 2 weeks. Unfortunately, I got nailed with the flu, and I also got hit with ringworm at the same time. And I don't know if it's the same way for you, but for me, it takes it. Like I have to constantly apply lotion to it, right? The right stuff for like 2 weeks. This shit takes forever to fucking heal, forever. And I have a strict rule about that too. Like I personally, if and when I get ringworm, I don't go and roll. I do not go and roll. I'm not going to fucking.
You shouldn't do much sweating because it can spread. You won't get it in your hairline or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's I guess nasty because you can get it in your hairline and then you don't.
It gets all over the place too.
Yeah, you think it's gone, but it's still in your hairline. So every time.
Well, and if you go and roll specifically too, and you give it to other people and you get it on the mat, it's never going to go away. This thing, fucking ringworm, is a hell of a fucking fungus, man. It's meant to thrive, dude. It's so funny too because like I got it. It's like right on my wrist, right? And when it first starts, it's like poison ivy. I see a couple little blisters or whatever. I'm like, huh, fucking poison ivy. I wonder how the fuck I got poison ivy. I haven't been hanging out in the woods lately. I was like, oh, well, maybe I got it from like petting my dog or something. So I'm like rubbing Technu all over it. And I'm like, normally the Technu will dry this bitch out within like 2 or 3 days. I'm like, oh, fuck. God damn it.
See, with back in wrestling, because we knew it took so long to heal, putting the cream on it. We needed to get back into wrestling, so we would get like bleach, and you'd put bleach on it with a Q-tip or something, or you could use a match, like blow the match out and just kind of burn it, because the burn didn't spread, because you killed all the ringworm off of it.
No shit,
But
that actually worked.
There's some nasty ways of doing it, but
right.
Yeah, there's no need to do it that way. You probably make a bigger problem, especially now. What I know about staph infections, I wouldn't. Some of the things I did back then, I'm lucky that staph wasn't around.
Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, I can't wait to get back. I can't wait to get back into jits. I'm probably going to give this like another 2 days. It's pretty much dead, but the thing I've noticed is this: when it's like almost dead.
Yeah.
And you stop applying it, it comes back. So it's like, all right, just be fucking smart about it. Giving it 2 more days.
It's such a strange thing that's developed and evolved, right?
I agree.
Like how it spreads, and like the distinct pattern. Like when you have ringworm. Like,
you can't miss it.
Within a day.
Dude, I've gotten ringworm on my face before.
Yeah,
you can't miss that, dude. You can't miss it.
I got it under my beard. I had to shave my beard off.
And
apply cream for like a couple weeks.
Killer, dude. It's a killer. Can't stand it. I got my first case of ringworm when I was in the military, when I was working with Force Reconnaissance, and I put on a wetsuit that had been in the locker for probably like a year or 2 without being used. Yeah,
it was just hanging out.
It was just hanging out
for 2 years,
probably a year and a half, 2 years. It just got me. And I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" I thought it was because we went and we did a jump op out in like we did a couple of them. I think this one was out in I forgot the place. It was out in the middle of Nevada, in the middle of nowhere. Where the fuck was it?
Area 51.
No, it's like Nevada, Utah, like right on the border. It was actually in Utah.
So is that where the spot where the 4 corners touch?
Wendover? Is that the name of it? Wendover, Utah? Wendover, Nevada? Something like that?
No idea.
It's like right on the border. It's one town, but it's on the border of Nevada and Utah. Anyway, we're sleeping in this fucking janky ass like Motel 6, and it's like, ugh, right? Like, because it's like a small town casino where it's just like a bunch of hillbillies. It's like, there's got to be some kind of fucking stuff in these beds. So then it shows up, and I'm like, I got something from this fucking bed, dude. And then I realized later on, like this one, actually, believe it or not, this ringworm I got from my fucking gloves, from my fucking boxing gloves. So now I got to go through a protocol of cleaning those things out, man. God damn, super fucking annoying. But
Lysol.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly what I use now.
Lysol,
like never again will I let that shit happen.
Just spray in
your content. Yeah. Even though it's an antibacterial, it still kills the fungus, though, huh?
Yeah, so that's pretty good. I think the best thing, if they could get like a UV wand, right, like an ultraviolet light that you could put into your glove and shin pads, like that would be good, because that kills everything. UV light.
That's fucking sick. Yeah. Maybe I'll hang it up in front of my red
somebody
light too.
Invent that.
I got red light with NIR. Maybe that'll kill it too.
Might just make it stronger though.
Fucking mutated into coronavirus. The new coronavirus.
So like all the stuff about the coronavirus, everybody getting it's only Asian people.
Yeah, cool.
So it's like, is it a bio weapon that we were trying to launch on China?
I think
something
so.
Maybe.
What if it's their own government?
Put a bio weapon against China?
China.
Oh man.
Could be their own government. You never know. I mean, the government itself is benefiting. Plus the fact that they had all those riots going on. I'm sure they're just trying to quell the rebellious spirit.
Distract people.
Yeah.
They got too many people to deal
Coronavirus.
with. They want to kill. They want to kill part of the population.
That's a lot of fucking people to have to control, dude.
It is.
What, 1.3 billion people? Something
Especially
like that?
with especially, man, with the technology today, I don't see how they do it. That's wild. They have such tight control over these people. They have to control all of the electronics. That's got to be how. Like every piece of electronics that's ever been released or come out over there has to be like surveillance tracking them somehow. Because how else could you? I couldn't see like the U.S. doing that to our people. Like we're too whatever.
Or too
Too much ingenuity.
Yeah.
We'd find ways around
Like
it.
we're too free in a way to the point that like it can't 100% be contained ever.
Mhm.
Yeah. I got you. I got you.
But they as they grew, they've always been kind of controlled. So since
Right.
Mao took over.
Yeah. Mao set it up. Good old Mao. What a cool name.
Mao.
Mao.
Do it now.
I don't think I'd want to be named Mao. Who knows? So, fights last night. Let's talk about those a wee bit, eh?
I really enjoyed the Derek Brunson fight.
I missed that fight.
It was like
which one was that one
on the main card?
First on the main
Latifi and Brunson.
Huh.
Yeah, it was Latifi and Brunson fought first on the undercard. Not on the undercard, on the
main card.
Yeah.
And then who did Lewis fight?
Latifi.
Yeah. Why are you calling him Brunson?
Derek Brunson. Or no, I don't know why I call him Derek. Derek Lewis.
Yeah, Derek Lewis. There you go.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Losing my mind.
Losing it, bro. Yeah, that was a good fight, man. I think so. Fucking Lewis looked like he was in his best shape ever.
Yes.
That dude was moving.
He threw a head kick.
Better.
Threw a head kick.
Yeah.
He like
flying knees.
He looked really good.
Now let me ask you a question. Do you agree with the decision?
It was a tough one. I could have seen it. I could have seen that last round, I think, going either way.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I think that Lewis kind of won the crowd over more. And I think that's what the deciding factor was.
Honestly. Yeah, it could be. But
he's
again,
more of an exciting fighter. And
it's the biggest problem with fighting is the judging. There's no clear criteria for scoring.
You're right. I've heard there's so many people right now that are chatting in different spheres that I'm in where they're saying the exact same thing. It's like, how much better would it be if like Tito Ortiz or Chuck Liddell or a bunch of these people that are like old school fighters that have been through all this stuff actually are the judges now?
Well,
or people that have some kind of like no kidding.
You shouldn't have to even that. I think the scoring criteria and the rules should be written so succinctly that anybody should be able to come off the street, read the rules, and be able to judge a fight correctly.
Yeah,
it's just like you buy a board game at the store you've never heard of before. You read the rules, you follow it, and you know how to play the game, right? Like you should be able to do that with MMA. You shouldn't have to be doing it with such arbitrary means.
So let's throw some stuff out there then. Let's mind map this.
Well, there is a company I don't know much about. I think it's called Verdict MMA. I think they have an Instagram. And they're using some kind of system to score the fights. And
well, I think, and of course, let's talk about a little bit of this conspiracy, so to speak, because obviously it doesn't have to be a conspiracy theory. Whenever two people get behind closed doors and come up with an agreement, that's a conspiracy. So my guess is this: they don't want something that is legitimate because
they want arbitrary. Because at the end of the day, that gives more control to the promoter.
Yeah. So it doesn't come down to merit really. When it comes down to it, it comes down to, like I said, Derek Lewis won that fight because at the end of the day, he was popular coming into it, right? Everyone was booing Latifi. and then he put on a better show. I honestly think too that Derek Lewis was the better fighter in that fight, but it's one of those things. I think it was subjective. It wasn't an objective decision.
Yeah, it wasn't a dominant win either way. So
No, absolutely not.
The only way to avoid that is to change the rules to finish only or to draw.
Right? That's not bad. But then record counts are going to suck at that point in time. What do you think of the Ige fight?
I was very frustrated watching the fight because they didn't like the infographics, like didn't have what their shorts were. Right.
Oh,
So
no kidding.
the shorts kind of looked the same. So I couldn't tell who was who the whole fight. So it was kind of like back and forth. There's like two squirrels kind of going at it. You couldn't tell who was doing what. And then we were doing a live stream. So me and Tinkle, like we couldn't have the volume up too high because we don't want to get like hit or whatever for streaming it. So yeah, so I don't know. It was just frustrating. So it was a fight we didn't really get into. And then
I feel like
the heavyweight fight was a good fight. What's that?
I thought the Ige fight was a pretty good fight though. But there were some definite frustrating points to that one. Yeah, good heavyweight fight. What was that dude's name?
Adams and Tafa.
Yeah.
Tafa had a
really, really good hands. I don't know who he was fighting though, who the opponent was, but that guy was too big for his own damn good. Like too big that he can't move. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't expect him to fall like that either. He
landed it. Was that the big uppercut?
He got hit with an amazing right hook, and then that brought him to the cage. And then he got hit with those uppercuts and dropped them. Yeah.
Shvinko's tough. She's gonna do well. She's cutie and she's a badass, genuine badass.
I didn't pay attention to that one, but I like her.
Yeah. Well, I'm
gonna be honest with you. I don't really like watching women fight.
I don't watch them too much, but she was kind of feminine. She's feminine. She's a feminine fighter.
I agree. She is definitely more feminine. Who else is a pretty feminine fighter? I think Misha Tate was pretty feminine in her day.
Yeah.
And I could respect that. Holly Holm is a little bit.
The karate hottie.
Except her booty was not looking good that last fight. She's getting older. She's dropping down a little bit. She got a little flabby.
Yeah, John Jones, Dominic Reyes. So I thought Reyes, he looked great, did awesome, but he didn't dominate the rounds. Like, when you're fighting, if it was a normal main event fight, then maybe he would have got the nod, but I don't think he did enough to take the belt away.
No, I agree with you there. I thought it was a rather boring fight too, to be honest with you.
It was. I mean, I thought it was decent, because there was good action back and forth. I think Reyes could have pressed a little bit more, and he should have pressed a little bit more. But now maybe he'll have more confidence to come back. I also had another fight or two.
I had this fat booty Latina sitting on my lap at that moment too, and I was just like, main fight or fat booty Latina that I want to go oil up right now and penetrate. And I was like, round 3, I was like, all right, enough of this shit. I was like, all right, bitch, let's go. I need my own fight. I'm getting angsty here, bro. Anyway,
I totally forgot to click the comments on. I wasn't even paying attention to the comments.
Oh, no worries. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's just a bunch. It's like 3 or 4 people in here anyway. I mean, we got 18 people watching live. Not terrible, but 2 or 3 people mainly.
No, so
Myron Gaines says, "What's up?"
What's coming up? The book's out. What else is coming up for you?
The book isn't out yet. No. And as a matter of fact,
okay, so we're still in the pre-launch.
Yeah, we're still in the pre-launch. Book is complete. We're looking to release March 1st. I will be sending out either today or tomorrow the free chapter, which I'm actually going to send you as well, John. because I'd like for you to read it, and I'd like you to let me know what your thoughts are. But I'm going to post in the chat right now, guys. If you're not on the mailing list to get the free chapter, you need to go ahead and click that link right now. Put your name on the mailing list so that I can send you the free chapter on top of. Here's the big thing. We all got to understand how everything's working, especially with AI and data and all this other stuff. So I have to coordinate this and let you guys know. I'm going to send you an email right off the bat. Hey, the book is open. The book is released. Go to Amazon now, send you the link, and purchase, right? Purchase now. And that way there, it'll create a blip or a spark within Amazon, and it'll get registered. And then when Amazon sees that it's popular or it's trending, guess what it's going to do, right? So that's the big thing, is that we need to, and that's why I need to coordinate it via email, because if we really look at it, I'm a fucking nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Have you looked into pre-sales?
Yes.
I think I don't know who was doing that, but they're pre-selling the books. That might help with the blip.
Ooh, might help with the blippy blip. Yeah, we'll talk. Or I'm chewing on that idea as well.
Yeah, I haven't looked into it much. I've seen it. I've seen people talk about doing the pre-sales.
Yeah. How's your book coming along? Bellator get back to you yet or what?
No. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure something out. Maybe I'll just not have a picture on the cover and just have it white.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
I feel
picture of my scale.
Or you can go on Fiverr like I did and have somebody just make some kind of caricature of you ripped AF or something. Yeah.
It's true.
Do it. Why not? See what happens. There's a lot of talent out there on Fiverr.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Well, yeah, that's
hey, look at that. Someone's excited. I love that.
All right.
Yippee skippy. It's going to be pretty gnarly, though. I do have to upsell it a little bit. I don't know if you're aware at all, or if you've seen any of this stuff. I'll share with you guys real quick, though, what the old book is about, just so I can give a little preface, because I've had a few people email me and chat me up a little bit, and they're like, dude, what's your deal? Like, why are you trying to fight and combat feminism? That's not your deal. I'm like, well, here's the thing: is that's not really what the book is about. It's not about fighting feminism. Purging people have a misconception now of what the term purge means because of the movie The Purge, right? People think, oh, that means you need to go and you need to start killing everybody, right? It's like, no. Like, purging means to like remove, right? And in the sense that I'm using it here, it's to like cleanse or remove it from oneself. This book is about men. It's for men. It's for men to purge feminism from their thinking, from their mindset, from their conditioning, right? It's to remove that feminist conditioning that's been ingrained into men. So reality is, what the book is about is that. And now I'll tell you guys pretty much essentially what it's about. It's about understanding society, where we have failed today. And, it's kind of funny because you and I met and we're on the same page when it comes to this stuff. The first thing we talk about is not understanding, or the first thing I talk about is not understanding our species from a biological level. What's rule number 1, John?
Survive.
What's rule number 2?
Reproduce.
Yes, sir. So we got to understand all these things, right? And like, why is that ingrained into us? Well, people don't understand that. So here we go. We start to talk about that.
That's our genes. Our genes are programmed into our genes because we need to survive. Because if we don't have that programmed into our genes, we don't survive.
It's based off of the eight characteristics of life, right? Those 8 characteristics are programmed at the cellular level.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you're good. Number 2, failure to teach a true understanding of nature. This is understanding hierarchy. This is understanding everything that we've talked about so far today. Number 3, no survival skills. My belief system is this: everyone should have some level of understanding how to survive, because the second you don't understand how to survive on your own is the second you start turning over to other people to take care of your own survival, i.e., formulating governments that now encroach on everyone's rights and make it seem as though you need government rather than government needing you. Right? You look at it. Yeah, exactly. Number 4, not teaching self-defense. Every single organism on the planet has some innate ability to defend itself. I go over the bean analogy in here. Did you know that beans have this thing it's an outer coat on the outside of every bean. It's called lecithin. And what it does is it makes it so that anyone who eats it gets bubble guts, right? So any animal that'll eat it will get their stomach disturbed to the point where it's like, oh, I got to think about what I ate and I can't eat that again, right? Even a bean that wants to live and survive has a level of self-defense to make sure that it has the best means to be able to continue to survive. Everything has that except for us human beings. We need to train that. And again, it goes back to, if you don't train and you don't take responsibility for your own self-defense, what do you end up doing? Well, you end up putting that responsibility on somebody else, i.e., now we have a police force and we have a military and all this other stuff that is responsible for your own. I point mainly to the police force. So now it's like when someone has something happen to them, instead of defending themselves and establishing clear boundaries right in that moment, what do? They call the police, and then they make it the police's job for other people, right? For someone to protect your own life. And that's not a fair, contract to have in any type of society. Number 5, lack of initiation into manhood and masculine mentorship. Obviously, I talk about this constantly. We need to have boys initiated into manhood, plain and simple. That needs to be a foundational principle of every society. Number 6, not teaching philosophy. The main premise there is this: all of our school systems and everything that we encounter right now teaches you what to think, not how to think.
Yeah, they don't want you to critically think. They don't want you to question things.
Exactly. They teach you a whole different angles to regurgitate and then just dump. They don't want you drawing conclusions. They don't want you extrapolating ideas from the data that you have. They want you to instead be a worker that fits into his little worker bee cell, and that's it, right? Ring the bell, punch the clock, go home, pay your taxes. See you fucking later. Number 7, failure to foster the positive feminine. That's actually the chapter I'll be sending out to all you guys. It is a firecracker. It's going to light some fires for sure. Number 8, failure to understand spirituality. This is my tackle. This is me tackling individual spiritual sovereignty and pushing back against the middleman of religion. And then number 9, failure to understand the sexual marketplace. If only we all understood the sexual marketplace, had an idea of that, how that is, everyone could have a better strategy of how to run themselves as their own business and capitalize on their own sexual market value. So there's that. That's what the book is about, guys. It's pretty fucking epic, if I do say so myself. Mm-hmm. Pretty crazy, right?
It's good, man. That's cool. Thanks, to put a whole book together. It makes me feel bad because I've been putting off mine fucking forever. Hardly written anything. I've got like part of a chapter done. I did transcribe the next notebook over for my failing.
Pull a Rollo and do leather with gold lettering. Once it makes some money and makes a splash and all this other stuff, I do intend on putting out a hard cover and maybe even changing the cover around a little bit and having it be a little bit more elegant and regal. But for now, honestly, I like it. I like the cover. I think the cover is pretty fucking hilarious.
Might get just enough outrage.
Yeah,
enough.
It's one of those things where I'm a fucking nobody, right? It's like, I'm not trying to do it to gain and garner attention. I'm doing it because it's fun. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like, and why not? You know what I mean? Like, why not? That's my, that's kind of my whole deal with it. I think that it embodies the exact archetype of the masculine that we need to bring back as well. It's going to tip the pendulum back in the direction that we need to start moving things. So there's that.
Save the West.
Well, my whole theory is not necessarily save the West. It's instead to create a counterculture, but
create the masculine renaissance. That's what we're doing here.
Yes, that's exactly where we're going.
We're creating the masculine renaissance. We'll learn about this in schools 100 years from now.
I love
Michelangelos.
Yeah, look at that artwork. Look at that artwork on that cover. Fucking epic. There's going to be paintings like that. I'm excited though. I would love to see the type of artwork that will emerge from something like that. I try to envision those types of things, but I have no idea. You know, we don't know where the future is going to take us, guys. We don't.
No clue. The only way you can predict the future is by creating it.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of them kitten posters, isn't it?
I think
motivational kitten posters.
I think it's imperative that people operate that way. Just do. Don't worry about what the outcome. Don't worry about the outcome necessarily. Just put one foot in front of the other and just fucking keep going. Right?
Outcome independent. Just put your head down and get going. Be ready to pivot when the time comes.
Oh yeah. What's been some topics that have really been on your mind lately, that have been boiling your blood?
Well, no, I think mostly my mind has been put towards my seminar. I have a seminar coming up in a month. I've been trying to plan and put together something for a online course. Like I was thinking about doing. I want to do the online self-defense course, but I need to pump up my email list numbers so I have more people to offer my course to, because it's kind of. I kind of made a decision that I had no reason to, to put the money into making the course if I didn't have anybody to sell it to yet.
Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you what, that's fucking, it's super hard.
So I'm re-strategizing on ways to build the email list up. So guys, make sure you subscribe to the email list, jonfish.net. And, so adding more value to the email. So try to add a weekly email covering the week or the week past or whatever. And I'm working on a product to offer for free that'll get people to sign up for the list. So I'm gonna put together like a neck, improve your neck health care type course. Like I'm gonna do all this, put all this stuff together in a course that I did for my neck, and then offer that to people for free. Hopefully, and they got to sign up for the newsletter to get that. Because I know a lot of people have neck issues.
Yeah, I like that. Let me answer this question. You aren't worried that the book cover might turn off some TRP fence sitters who might brush the book off as over the top hyperbolic read? I don't cater to fence sitters. If you guys can already tell as well, I'm a pretty polarizing figure in general, right? And it's something that I do talk about in this book as well. When it comes to understanding energy, and it comes to, it's literally in the prologue. The first thing that I talk about and I say is this: I have a specific energy, and I realize because there's an equal and opposite reaction that there's people out there that have an energy opposite of mine, and I'm never going to win them over. So I didn't write this book for it to be mass appeal and make everyone feel happy. Instead, I wrote the book for the types of people that are going to be drawn to it. Sure, there are always going to be fence sitters and people that are, unsure. Absolutely. But as a man, I think it's my job to put my flag in the sand and say, this is what I stand for, and draw people to my camp rather than sit there and try to become woo-woo about these types of things and essentially win people over. I'm no longer in the position with any of my relationships of trying to win people over. Instead, it's a presentation. Here's who I am. Here's what I believe. Do you want to dance or not? You know what I mean? Like, plain and simple. All right, you don't want to dance? Awesome. C'est la vie. It's awesome. Fine. No worries. No worries.
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation I was having with somebody the other day. But the idea today that anybody has time to consume something they don't like and put time into complaining about it, right? Like, for the first time ever, like, you have access to virtually everything. Like, you have infinite choices, right? So like if you come across something you don't like, you can easily just scroll past it and go to something else, right? There's absolutely, like, it wasn't like when we were kids and there was I had 5 television channels. So like you were forced to consume what was on TV, right? So like then it made sense to complain about what was on TV or how the show sucked or whatever. But now it's like you've got a million other shows to choose from.
We live in a time now where you can 100% control every bit of content that comes into your environment.
When, where it comes from,
Correct.
how much of it,
you are
produces it,
officially
like-
the arbiter of your own environment. Believe it or not.
so yeah. So if you are constantly complaining about shit, like that's on you.
I feel it. Agreed. 100%. It's just people, man. This goes back to my first book, Live Your Best Life in 30 Days. It's people not wanting to take responsibility for their life and wanting other people to be responsible for the outcomes in their own life. It's like, what kind of contract is that, where it's like me saying to you, John, you're responsible for making this. You're responsible for making this show a hit and getting me all these followers. It's like, holy fuck, dude. What kind of task is that, dude? You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I, John, you need to make it so that I get 1,000 new followers within the next week. It's like,
let's go. use your power.
Yeah, you need to make me happy right now. How do I do that? I don't know. Just do it. Fuck. All right. That's like most relationships in today's world. People expect other people to make them happy. It's like, no, motherfucker, you're responsible for making you happy. You can't put any of that bullshit on anybody else. Plain and simple.
That's why I have "It's Your Fault" written on my my wall in my garage where I lift and work out.
Yeah.
Just remind you, anytime you want to complain about your predicament and whatever, how you feel about it is up to you. So if you're upset, it's your fault.
Oh boy. Yeah, I feel it, man. Have you read Jocko's book, Extreme Ownership?
No, I haven't. I've read his Warrior Kid books. They're excellent.
Warrior Kid?
Yeah.
Talk about that.
He's got 3 of them. I've got 2. I've read 2 of them.
Explain that for a second. I got to run up. I'm going to mute myself real quick because I got to go make a tinkle.
Yeah. Okay. So the Warrior Kid, Jocko wrote three kids books, actually 4 kids books. There's one dragon book that's for younger kids, but my kids like the Warrior Kid books. The 2 that I've read are really good. The kids like them, but I think there's a lot of teenagers who haven't been exposed to masculinity who would get a lot out of reading the Warrior Kid books, because he has some problems, and his uncle Jake, who is a SEAL, Navy SEAL, like gives him strategies on how to solve his problems, and he has to do hard work in order to overcome his issues. Like the first book, I think he learned how to swim. And then I read that book to my sons, and that whole summer after, my oldest son was focused on wanting to learn how to swim. He wanted to learn how to swim because he was inspired by that book. In the second book, he has to fix up his bike and help a poor kid out. It's pretty great. They're a pretty good book. They write warrior codes to how to live their life. I think I was just telling these guys, I think that there's a lot of teenagers, a lot of kids who could get a lot out of those Warrior Kid books.
Yeah.
Because he learns how to do his uncle Jake comes and lives with him for like the summer, and he's a Navy SEAL. So he helps him learn how to do pull-ups, and he gets him up in the morning and has him work out in the morning, and makes him do jujitsu, all kind of stuff, fun stuff.
That's pretty dope.
Good books.
It's like a rites of initiation or rites of passage kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
and it's problem solving. It's like, okay, all these things my life is horrible, are awful. And then he has the kid explain, what the problems are, and he just gives him solutions to how to fix the problem. Pretty simple.
Right. That's just base level masculinity right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, solve your shit. It's okay. Just push. Keep going. Things will happen.
Figure it out. Figure out a way around it.
Exactly. Whereas the boy is addicted to the mother. Is like, sitting
What's
there.
the easy answer? Yeah, like in the second book, he wants a new bike, which is expensive, and his mom won't buy it for him, so he's mad. But he already has a bike. It's just junked up because he hasn't taken care of it, and it's been sitting outside. The tires are flat. It's all rusted. So that was part of the book, is he had to like strip it down and sand it and fix it up so he could sell it, so he could buy the new bike. But then by the time, spoiler alert,
Fix it all up.
the bike was so nice that he didn't want to get the other bike. Yep.
That reminds me of my car right now. Except I want a new car.
Just paint it black.
Paint my car. It's already black. Just paint it black. Go out there and spray can it.
Worked for Mark. It worked for the Warrior Kid. Sand it down, paint it black.
That's a good book. That's a good book. Rollo was talking about this other day where from here out, or after his fourth book, he's going to consider possibly doing like red pill fiction. And I've contemplated doing something along those same lines too, but I can't think of shit right now, to be honest with you. I don't know if I'm a fiction writer.
You just have to, I mean, you don't even have to be fiction. It could be, just a mashup of millions of all the stories of guys' horrible breakups and shit where they got hypergamied.
Yeah.
You could have endless versions of those stories, and
like a fable, like a red pill fable book.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good. Teach you a lesson. Parables.
Oh my God, dude. That's the red pill renaissance right there. That's Aesop's fable red pill edition. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
That's so good. That's so good. Red pill erotic fan fiction. Yeah, that's pretty cool too. That's like 50 Shades of Grey type stuff though. About Ryan Stone.
What?
Fucking gross. Oh man, that's epic. Yeah, I can't even begin to. I mean, I can begin to imagine, but man, I think it's just because I'm so fucking knee deep in this book right now of getting everything rolling. It's like I can't think of doing any other form of work at the moment. I've been going live. I've been going live every single day, John.
No, it's time consuming. I did that for a little over a year. Every day I went live.
Yeah. Every day, even on the weekends.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I would. Oh, well, I'd take one day off.
Yeah. I'm on. Where am I at right now? I'm on 9 days straight. Every day I go live at 4:30 regardless. And then I'm doing all the supplementary shows too. So like yesterday I was on Rule Zero. Then I went on Dude Party. Oh yeah, I was supposed to ask you. Oh yeah. Abu American. So I went on live with Abu this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And Abu was
he's
you're supposed
back and forth.
Yeah. He said get back to him. Get back to him, let him know when that's going down.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like next Friday.
Yeah, I think that's
9
exactly.
o'clock.
Yeah. So yeah, I went and did that. Fuck, what else? Today is I couldn't believe it. I forgot for a little while just how busy my Sundays are now. So I'm gonna go live again at 4:30 for a half hour, and then I got a fucking and then I got WarTribe. We got WarTribe webinar. If you guys aren't a part of WarTribe, just to let you guys know, every Sunday I go live with these guys in our own personal meeting where I do a webinar where you're able to pretty much just ask me anything. And good group of dudes. We got about 40 some odd people. Yeah, we're plus 40 now in the WarTribe right now. And it's just a solid group of guys in that group right now. Obviously, there's room for more, but it's only for men that are really looking to improve their lives and actually take action. No fence sitters in that group whatsoever. So types of guys that are looking to really develop their money, muscles, and game and just get better overall. That's the ticket. That's the way to go, boy. Join the WarTribe now, motherfuckers. Plain and simple. Oh, coronavirus update: 20,000 plus infected. Holy cow! Has there been?
Yeah, any- What do you think about this? Do you think it's just a bunch of scare distractions?
Yes.
You think the Democrats released a virus to distract people from the failure of the
Failed
impeachment.
Oh my God, how bad is that? It's so funny too. I don't know if you watched or saw any of the news headlines the day after the acquittal, but they were pretty much like news media was silenced. Nothing was promoted on the fact that Trump got acquitted. It was almost like and now they're trying to dig up some new stuff and talk about taxes or I don't fucking know on some of his business deals and shit. It's like, you guys are fucking this is so embarrassing. Like, you're on the wrong side of history the way you're acting. What do you think of Pelosi ripping up the SOTU?
She had it pre-torn because she's not strong enough to actually do it. She's too drunk. It's just childish behavior. Just come on, people. We have things to do. Just stop.
Oh,
you lost an election. There's
right.
a good chance you're going to lose the next one. Just knock it off. Fix yourselves. Fix yourselves.
Yeah, but they can't. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of their party. The point of their party is depend on an external source to fix all your shit. That's like, if you were to break down their party, that is their fucking mantra. It's like, I can't take
free healthcare.
Yeah, free healthcare, socialist,
free money,
social agendas, all this other stuff. Raise more taxes, take away people's guns so that they can't have any individual rights or sovereignty. Like, that shit's scary to them. They'll fight tooth and nail. It's crazy. Absolute absurdity.
Self-reliance, accountability.
They don't want that. They want the government to be they want government to be God.
Swim. Learn to swim. Learn to swim.
Sweet. All right, John Fitch. Let's wrap this up. Rap-a-doo. Yeah, let's do it. All right, what's new in John Fitch land?
No, sign up for the newsletter, johnfitch.net.
Just go to johnfitch.net and sign up for his newsletter. That makes life easy.
It's the easiest thing to do. And then you'll hear about everything.
I think Aaron Clary has that covered. What does he cover? Oh, book on finance. Yeah, I think you're right. I haven't read that yet, though.
I've been playing around with Robinhood, the Robinhood app.
Yeah, I got $100 sitting in there. I haven't used it yet.
I put $500 in there, and I made $150.
What?
Yep.
How?
Rich.
Let me get on that level.
Yeah. So I'm just paying. I'm just trying to day trade stuff. So like, I'm just trying to, I'll buy something. And then if it goes above 8% above what I bought it at, like, it seems like good enough to return.
Cash out and see you later.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to be attached to this stuff. It's just a little strategy. I don't know if it's gonna work. Might blow up in my face.
I got a buddy of mine in WarTribe. He's probably sitting in here right now, who could probably help you out if you're open to what's it called? I'll have him reach out to you on Twitter. But Philip Franklin, that's all he does. He sits at home and day trades, and he's doing pretty fucking damn well with it too. So if you're open to
if you can buy the right things and really not be attached. I tried playing around with some of the crypto stuff before, but that was too volatile, and I think I was still emotionally attached to the idea of one of the coins like going to the moon or whatever. So yeah, being more reserved here.
I'm banned on Twitter. That's hilarious. All right. Well, I got John Fitch's email address at least. Email? Have him email you?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. He's doing pretty good. Cool. All right, guys. Same thing for me. Actually, believe it or not, I got a pretty cool little announcement to make as well. CoreyCapella.com is in the works to be made, and that's everything that we're going to go through from here on out. But for now, obviously, you guys are here live on my fucking what's it called? A God Amongst Men YouTube, so that's no big deal. But the big thing is obviously sign up for my what's it called? Not newsletter, but my free chapter that I'll send out. It's going to get sent out here within the next day or two, and then that way there I'm going to be able to update you guys as well on the what's it called, the drop, so to speak, on what's going on, all things Patriarch's vision, purging feminism. Oh, yeah. And then the next thing is this. Join the War Tribe, www.thewartribe.com. Become a member. Get in on the webinars. Get in on our WhatsApp texting thread. And get in on the forum in general, where you can have a group of dudes around in order to help you and hold you accountable for your decisions. Anyway, with that said, John Fitchell and I will be back live again next Sunday at 1:45 p.m. And I will be live. Holy fuck. War Tribe guys, obviously, this evening. I'm going to go live again at 4:30 before I go on the War Tribe. Tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time with MLD. I will be with Troy Francis this Thursday. And I will be live every single day at 4:30 p.m. You can find me here. So with that said, adios, gentlemen. Take care and good chatting with y'all. See you.
Take you laters.